Welcome to another video. This is my 6th video, electronic torture, how to survive it, part 6. In my 4th video I was talking about an interview with Harald Kautz-Weller. He's also from Germany, he's a scientist. He knows so much about this Morgellon attack, also the attack with Piezo-cristals, and there were some more points in this interview I mentioned in my 4th video that I must go on to tell you about it because it's very important, and this is more about the technique, how it works. But I also will tell you some things that you can do against a special attack against your heart. There are attacks on your heart. Can be. I had it. I had many attacks, and I can tell you what you can do to survive this. Let me first go into this topic, Morgellons. I said that, or I showed already this picture here. It is artificial made. It's maybe looking somehow strange, or maybe like a fantasy game, and maybe there are some people who doubt that there are any Morgellons existing, and because this can be made in a, I don't know, maybe in a fantasy game or something like that. I don't know, but what people thinking when they see this picture, they can say, well, this is not true. But today I have some other pictures to show you Morgellons are true. This shows Morgellon fibers coming out of a human skin. I show it. Yeah, you see here this clear or white fibers coming out of the skin. And here's another picture. It is fibers wired and with different colors. If this bundles or this pulps of Morgellons are together, they can melt to bigger bodies like this inside your body. Yeah, this looks nearly similar to this, but this is only a model, and this is a real picture taken from a microscope. Well, there's another bundle of wires, blue and red and black. Yes, and I want to repeat how they are developing. They are small fibers in the air, sprayed by chemtrails. You can see it at night if you have a light, a small light, and sometimes you can see in the air this dust, even if there's no car or no street, no car traffic and no other dust. There are dust in the air, and it's I think these fibers, and they are not so nano-sized. There are also nano-sized particles. They can go directly into your skin. You can feel it. The under part of your arm, you can feel it. They are so small that they can go right through your skin. Normally, the normal ways how they develop is you inhale it with your lungs, the small particles. It's from polymer, so that means plastic. And on this plastic particles, they spray this life form, this artificial life form. They come into the bloodstream and they building these fibers first, like this. So these are fibers in the beginning, and they are melting together to bigger bodies. I showed it already. So, and they're going under your skin, and they having, in the end, they having antennas that they can pick up your DNA signal, and they can copy your DNA code, and they build it inside their bodies. And so they have antennas to your inside. It's down there, so they can pick up your DNA signals or your body signals. And they have another kind of antennas, so they can get signals from the outside, from machines, from devices. If you are a target individual, you get signals from the outside, normally with scalar waves. I will explain later what is it about, scalar waves. But for this video, I just wanted to show their real pictures. You can find it in the internet quite easy. There are people who made this photos with microscopes, and you can prove it. So I want to tell you more about this Morgellons. They can use for torture. They can picking signals from the outside. They have a magnetic part made of iron or copper, and they can storage the energy, and they can copy your DNA, and they give this energy, they transform this energy into your body light. Your body light is ultraviolet light. It's electromagnetic wave in the range of ultraviolet light, and usually photons. So Howard Kautz-Vella talks about this technology, and he calls it quantum dot size. You know, quantums are small particles, energetic particles, and this form of energy, it is under, let me think. Sorry. You know, there are atoms, they have a nuke, there are electrons, and under this level of materia, there's a smaller level, quantums. They are much more smaller. For example, a photon, a small piece of light. You know, light is a wave, electromagnetic wave, but there are also pieces. They coming with the light, and they are called photons. And we have these photons in our body, and we are communicating with photons. And this Morgellons, it's application of quantum dot size. So that means only determined size of quantum will be sent. It is like a filter. There comes the energy from outside, The Morgellons take this energy. They can also take just the energy from your body and transform it into a special signal, a quantum which has a precisely determined size. For example, the red grid, the red Morgellons, they have special functions, tasks, sorry, task is a better word. For example, they can produce anger. If somebody wants to make you angry, they send you a frequency, so this red Morgellon can turn the signal in a special frequency. The color is red, and this red Morgellon is responsible for producing feelings like anger, hate, sexual arousement, or even the opposite, no sexual activity anymore. If you notice that the people don't have so much sex anymore, it's because of this Morgellons, because they don't want us having sex, because no sex means no babies. This is what they're doing, trying to depopulate us. And so this red Morgellons, this Morgellons, this color is responsible for our lower feelings, also happiness. They can produce a kind of pervert happiness. If everything goes down, the people are feeling happy somehow. Sometimes you think they are crazy. They are not. They are just influenced by this type of Morgellons, red Morgellons. There are also blue Morgellons, and the blue Morgellons, Harald Kautz-Weller says, the blue Morgellons are responsible for our thinking. This logical part of our brain to think about things, conclusions, meanings, more complexer operation you make with your brain. This is the task for the blue Morgellons, and it's also quantum dot size means just let this special quantums passing through this. So the Morgellons, the blue Morgellons, they send when they are sticking in our brain. So normally they do this if you don't make a treatment against it. So they're sending signals about thoughts, meanings, so you can create artificial meanings or thoughts inside brains of people, mass of people, a whole society, if you like. The cell phone towers are used for this, can also made by satellite, but normally you take something what is closer to the people. That means in this rural areas where everywhere's a cell phone tower, net, you can influence people by that. Now there comes 5G. It's not a good perspective, I think. What is also said in this interview is about he says something about Piezo-cristals. Also this video of Harald Kautz-Weller I load up. You can see this. He's talking about Piezo-cristals, and there are two different kinds of Piezo-cristals. One of them, they storage electrons, and the other kind of piezo crystal, they give electrons away. They're spitting it. They are already inside our nervous system, and they can be used for torture. They sending electromagnetic waves on the target, and these piezo crystals, they spitting out these electrons, and that can cause tremendous pain, big pain. But also for mind control, this can be used, because in connection with this quantum dot size application, Morgellons, red one, blue one, together with this piezo crystal. So the piezo crystal give these electrodes in specific areas in your brain. So this both together, this can influence the mind of people. This is you have to realize this also if you have something anger with this gang stalkers. Even the gang stalkers, they are influenced by this technology, and they feel satisfied when they see you suffer, if you're suffering, or that they hound you, and you have problems, and they feel satisfied about this. This satisfaction can be also produced, and it's maybe it's there are people, they are real sadists, they like what they do, but it can also be that they are manipulated by this technology. So maybe that makes it easier for you to forgive them. If you can't forgive them, maybe God will forgive them. I know it's not easy always to forgive them. I tried, but of course it's not always possible, even if they try to kill you. This is an application I want to tell you now. These piezo crystals can be used for transforming energy into electrons and other way around. So if a magnetic or electromagnetic wave comes, it's a kind of energy that these piezo crystals change into electrons. Harold Kalsweller tells about an example. He tells about this sneakers, or this this sport shoes. On the flanks, on the sides, they have LEDs, and if the kids are jumping, these LEDs start to glimp or to shine. And why? Because in this special shoes, there are these sport shoes. If you move, if you put a kinetic energy on the shoes, there are LEDs, and who shines, and they are these LEDs are connected with piezo crystals. So piezo crystals can transform movement or kinetic energy into electrons, and it's also the other way around. If you shoot with electrons, with an electromagnetic wave on a piezo crystal, they can start to move. We also have these piezo crystals in us, especially our heart muscles. They need these piezo crystals to make the job, to pump your blood inside your bloodstream. And there are ways to give people artificial piezo crystals, they are nearly similar to those you have in your heart muscles or beside your heart muscles. I don't know, I'm not a medicine, but believe me, there are ways to use this. You inhale this artificial piezo crystals every day. They spray it out, and there are special attacks that they have frequencies to target this piezo crystals, this artificial piezo crystals, and they are made for this purpose for this task to go right beside your heart muscles, and if you don't care about this, it can be your death. I know it sounds crazy, but I know people they were killed by this. If you think about Michael Jackson or Prince, you may think, why should they do this? Why should they kill this? They were only musicians and they did nothing dangerous or anything against the state or the government. Well, as I said in other videos, the Antichrist wants to destroy us totally, and they want also destroy people that makes us, who gives us hope. The musicians are targeted because they gave us hope with their music, and this is the reason why many musicians or other people in this entertainment industry, they are targeted. Believe me, there are many others. Some are not in danger because they only want to say them, well, you better do what we want you to do, or it can be dangerous for you. So it's also kind of to discipline people, but these two men, they were also killed for other reasons I can't say now in this video, but I found a way to protect myself. Even they tried with me, but I found a way, and it's called medical coal. I show it for you. You take this every time I have attacks on my heart with this piezo crystals, and they put this piezo crystals in my apartment. They are particle beamers. They don't have to go inside in my apartment. They do it with beamers. I will tell you in another video how it works. But now, if you have this problem, you feel this pain in your heart, around your heart, I mean, not by, I mean real pain, not this pain. You love somebody, but you got no response of your love. This is not what I mean. I mean really this pain that you think you are going to death. So they are piezo crystals. They place around your heart muscles, and you can destroy it by this coal. It's called, you take it, I show it. First I show it, I explain it. Usually you have it with you, you go on a holiday and you eat something wrong, or you have problems with your stomach. You take this for stabilizing your stomach, but it destroys these piezo crystals. Why? There are special piezo crystals made also made by coal, and if this one is enough, I drink it with water I wait maybe 15 minutes and the pain goes away. It is, I know it sounds unbelievable, it sounds not true. Maybe you think I'm lying, but okay, if you are a special targeted person, so use this, try this. It's not expensive, it's cheap. You buy some of the stripes, and I use it only if I'm under attack, but I can tell you it is very helpful. Another thing is also Epsom salt. You can take a little bit, half a teaspoon of Epsom salt, swallow it with water, and it goes into your bloodstream and cleans also a bit with Piezo-cristals. And but the best thing you can do is medical coal. This is the best against this kind of attacks of your heart. And of course also this copper. I made this copper. I showed it in another video. I showed it already. It is copper surrounds my this part where the heart is, and I fix it with a band here, and well, this helps also a lot. And I want to end this video with another method where I show you this Epsom salt again, and I must tell you something which is very important, so stay on. Well, you know, these Morgellons, they like to sit in the deeper skin, like this, and they are even sitting between these capillars. You know, capillars, the very, very small blood vessels, they are very small, and if you don't move, they're sitting beside, or they're sitting right between this capillars. The Morgellons, they come from this capillars, they growing into your skin, and if you make this treatment without moving, normally you can't get them. And what is very helpful is you take this and Epsom salt and a small amount, and you swallow it with water, and then you move, you run. You must do it, and it is a hard thing to do if you are under strong attacks. In the beginning, maybe just a short distance, because it's not possible to make more. But after a while you do a little bit more, and I do it, and these Morgellons, they can influence your mind because they want to live. They try to make you lazy, don't move, so you stay at home, and you don't like to move anymore because then they are growing. And the Morgellons, they give you pain if you try to move. When I start to run or to jog, then always comes in my mind, oh no, it's so heavy, I can't make it. I make a rest, I don't run, maybe tomorrow or maybe next week. And you must make, it's a strong, you need a strong will to do this, because these Morgellons, they push you down, that you don't like to move. They make you tired, lazy, and they can maybe, I guess they can, they have substances, they drop out if you make something what is pumping your blood, then they try to knock you out, that you rest again, that you don't move, but you must overcome. You must run more and more, no, not too fast, not just maybe 15 minutes. There's one, this Cooper test is very helpful. Running 12 minutes, and you don't have to reach. You don't have to make a record. You don't. Doesn't matter how many meters or yards you have. Yards. How many yards you can make. It is 12 minutes. Your heart must pump, and this capillaries, they will increase, and then before you run, you take this, and this Epsom salt will catch out this Morgellons out of your deeper skin if you don't move. So they sitting quite comfortable in your brain, in your deeper skin, because they like to sit between your small vessels, your capillaries. So moving is very important. Well, this is what I want to say. Just making treatment without moving makes no sense. Yeah, you must go in this tube with Epsom salt, and but you also have to run a little bit, not much, maybe not every day, maybe every second day, and you will see you make a better, yeah, it moves them out, and yeah, you will see it is your head becomes clearer, and your thinking is free again then after running, and it prickles if you run, if you take this Epsom salt and you run, you feel this prickle inside your head. I swear it. It prickles in your head and on your skin, and after this prickling, you know, well, another one bites the dust, another few Morgellons, and you do it every second day, and you do it for a longer period, and you always have to do it against their will, because they don't want you to move. If you just start running, then you think, oh my God, it is so heavy, I can't do it, but then if you run maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes, then there comes a break even, and then your head is free, no pain anymore, and then you can run as a kid before you were targeted. I realize it every time I go running, and yeah, I want to recommend you to do this also. So that was it for this video.